fair enough. But the man is a fake, okay? Do not buy the wolf tickets.
They're selling y'all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Do not accept the bullshit.
Different date, same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul. I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
The world of boxing is no stranger to drama, and the recent developments surrounding Jake Paul and Mike Tyson have taken things to a whole new level. As Jake Paul continues to make headlines with his boxing career, he's simultaneously attracting a storm of criticism from experts and fans alike. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson, a legend in the sport, has stirred up intrigue with a cryptic countdown that's got everyone talking. Let's dive into this whirlwind of events and dissect what's really going on. The spotlight first turned to Jake Paul following his recent victory over Mike Perry. This win was significant for Paul as it marked another step in his journey through the boxing world. Perry, a seasoned MMA fighter known for his tenacity, provided a notable challenge. Jake Paul emerged victorious, but rather than basking solely in his triumph, the focus quickly shifted to the next big thing, a potential fight with none other than Mike Tyson.
I hope Mike Tyson knocks Jake Paul out the first time he swings at him. And I think he's going to. Like, I don't think, like, you can fight all these guys. Like, I don't care if Mike Tyson's 112 years old. Like, this cat's different. But we'll see, Jan. We'll see.
Current odds are plus 150 for Tyson, minus 140 for Jake Paul.
I can get Mike Tyson at plus money in a box.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. One, two, three, four.
Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion, has been somewhat of an enigma in recent times. Despite being retired, Tyson's name still carries immense weight in the boxing community. His impact on the sport remains undeniable, and his mere presence can cause waves. Recently, Tyson set the boxing world abuzz with a tweet that read, "Countdown begins, 118 days, 16 weeks and 6 days, 17 weekends, 2,832 hours, 169,920 minutes, 10,195,200 seconds. Clock starts now." This cryptic countdown has left fans and analysts speculating about what Tyson might be planning. The precision of the countdown suggests something significant is on the horizon, and the speculation has ranged from an upcoming fight to a major announcement. The boxing world is eagerly awaiting clarity on what this countdown signifies, adding another layer of drama to an already charged situation. As Tyson's countdown grabs attention, Jake Paul's boxing career is under intense scrutiny. Despite his recent victory, Paul is facing a barrage of criticism from various quarters. Boxing experts, legendary fighters, and even his own brother are among those who have voiced their discontent with Paul's approach to the sport.
Bro, I think it's super sad. I don't know why Jake took it. It's a lose-lose. Literally, he knocks out Mike Tyson and he's beating an OAP.
The criticism has been relentless, with many labeling him a fraud and questioning the legitimacy of his boxing career. The controversy surrounding Jake Paul has reached a fever pitch. Some of the most vocal critics include prominent figures in the boxing community. Joe Rogan, a well-known commentator and fight analyst, has labeled Paul a fraud, asserting that he's not genuinely competitive in the sport. Rogan's comments are significant given his extensive experience and insight into the fight world. His assessment reflects a broader sentiment that Paul's career is more about spectacle than genuine skill.
You're distinctly average, but that is a compliment. But none of your...
Adding to the chorus of criticism is Eddie Hearn, a prominent boxing promoter who has been influential in organizing some of the biggest fights in recent years. Hearn's take on Jake Paul is far from flattering. He argues that Paul is still an average fighter and is nowhere near the level required to face someone of Mike Tyson's caliber. Hearn's critique is underscored by Paul's recent training footage, which has done little to dispel concerns about his abilities.
It actually makes sense. I'm 52 years old. I'm in the age bracket of guys he fights. So, yeah, I could see him wanting to fight me.
The reaction from the boxing community has been swift and unforgiving. Many see Jake Paul's boxing career as a carefully orchestrated spectacle, rather than a genuine pursuit of athletic excellence. This perception has led to widespread skepticism about his future in the sport. The fact that Paul has been primarily fighting retired or less seasoned opponents only adds fuel to the fire. Critics argue that he's avoiding real competition and thus not proving himself as a legitimate contender. One of the most significant moments in Paul's career came when he faced Tommy Fury, a seasoned professional boxer. This fight marked Paul's first significant challenge against a true professional, and it didn't end well for him. Fury handed Paul his first defeat, exposing the gaps in Paul's boxing prowess. This loss was a wake-up call for many and highlighted the disparity between Paul's skill level and that of seasoned fighters. The situation was further complicated by the anticipated fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Scheduled for July 20th, this matchup was highly anticipated and would have been a major milestone in Paul's career. However, the fight had to be postponed due to Tyson's health issues. Tyson announced that he was experiencing an ulcer flare-up, which required him to reduce his training temporarily. This news was a blow to fans who were eagerly awaiting the bout. Tyson's announcement about his health did little to calm the storm surrounding Jake Paul. In response to the postponement, Paul made some bold claims, asserting that he was certain he would win and even promising to mess up Tyson. These statements did not sit well with fans and experts, especially given Tyson's health scare. Paul's confidence was seen by many as disrespectful, and his comments only fueled further backlash. As Tyson's fight with Paul was rescheduled for November 15th, the boxing world continued to buzz with anticipation. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how the fight will unfold, and there's a palpable sense of expectation surrounding it. The rescheduling of the fight has also given rise to further speculation about Tyson's readiness and how Paul will perform against a fighter of Tyson's caliber. In the meantime, Jake Paul has announced a new opponent, Mike Perry. This fight is set to take place in July, filling the void left by the postponed Tyson bout. Perry, an MMA fighter known for his aggressive style, presents a different kind of challenge compared to Tyson. Perry's experience in the UFC and his reputation as a tough competitor make this an intriguing matchup. Unlike Paul's previous opponents, Perry is neither retired nor lacking in fighting skills. Mike Perry's background in MMA and his record of 14 wins and 8 losses make him a formidable opponent for Jake Paul. Perry's fighting style and his ability to take on tough challenges set him apart from the retired or less experienced fighters Paul has faced before. This new fight presents an opportunity for Paul to prove himself against a real fighter, though it remains to be seen how he will fare against Perry's experience and aggression. The announcement of the Perry fight has elicited mixed reactions from fans and analysts. Some see it as a step in the right direction for Paul, as it pits him against a more credible opponent. Others remain skeptical, questioning whether Perry's MMA experience will translate effectively into the boxing ring. The fight is expected to be a test of Paul's skills and his ability to handle a more challenging opponent. As the fight world continues to watch Jake Paul's career with a critical eye, the questions surrounding his legitimacy as a boxer persist. The contrast between Paul's flashy persona and the gritty reality of professional boxing is stark. While Paul has managed to attract significant attention and make a name for himself, the skepticism remains about whether he can truly compete at the highest levels of the sport. The drama surrounding Jake Paul's boxing career reflects broader themes in the fight world. The spectacle of celebrity boxing often brings with it a sense of skepticism and criticism from traditional boxing purists. The focus on entertainment and sensationalism can overshadow the technical aspects of the sport, leading to debates about what constitutes genuine skill and merit in boxing. In the context of Mike Tyson's countdown, the anticipation for his eventual return to the ring adds another layer of intrigue to the situation. Tyson's impact on the sport is undeniable, and any potential fight involving him is bound to capture the imagination of fans and analysts alike. The countdown has sparked speculation about what Tyson might be planning, and the boxing community is eagerly awaiting further developments. As Jake Paul prepares for his upcoming fight against Mike Perry, the scrutiny and criticism will undoubtedly continue. The fight against Perry is a chance for Paul to demonstrate his abilities and address some of the doubts surrounding his career. Whether he can rise to the occasion and prove himself remains to be seen, but the challenges and controversies will likely continue to shape his journey in the boxing world. In conclusion, the saga of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is a captivating story of drama, controversy, and anticipation. From Tyson's cryptic countdown to Paul's struggles with criticism and his upcoming fight against Mike Perry, the boxing world is abuzz with excitement and speculation. As we await the rescheduled Tyson fight and watch Paul's career unfold, one thing is clear: the drama and intrigue in boxing are as alive as ever.
He has some concerns, but Tyson, my message to you is don't worry, I'm going to put this guy to sleep. This is a Mike appetizer, and then you're next.
I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
It just pisses me off. And then
in the ever-evolving landscape of combat sports, few spectacles have captured the world's attention quite like the clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. What began as a curious blend of internet fame and boxing legend quickly turned into one of the most anticipated and, dare we say, absurd matchups in recent history.
The baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson, making his return to boxing this summer, and he's facing former YouTube star Jake Paul in Texas. Now, the whole thing is going to be streamed exclusively on Netflix. The fight is Tyson's second boxing match since 2005. He will be 58 years.
Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned self-proclaimed boxer, faced off against Mike Tyson, the once feared heavyweight champion who, despite his age, could still punch like a freight train. This documentary delves into the drama, the sarcasm, and the sheer improbability of this fight, examining how a social media star squared off against a boxing icon. Jake Paul,
Different date, same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul.
A name synonymous with viral stunts and questionable antics, managed to parlay his internet fame into a boxing career. With each new bout, Paul seemed to redefine what it meant to be a boxer, often prioritizing theatrics over technique. His rise was less about skill and more about spectacle. From boasting about his victories to engaging in pre-fight antics that made for excellent social media fodder, Jake Paul embodied the modern-day athlete, whose primary arena often lies outside the ring. Paul's training montages were a blend of motivational cliches and dramatic music intended to showcase his dedication. However, critics and fans alike often found these displays more amusing than impressive. His training sessions included everything from intense weightlifting to over-the-top shadowboxing, all punctuated by a soundtrack designed to make viewers believe they were witnessing the birth of a boxing prodigy. Before Jake Paul set his sights on Mike Tyson, he had a notable bout against Mike Perry, another MMA fighter who had entered the boxing ring. This fight, while not as high profile as his matchup with Tyson, offered a glimpse into Paul's evolving boxing career. Jake Paul emerged victorious, but the fight was far from a testament to his technical prowess. Mike Perry, serving as an unwilling punching bag for much of the match, was outclassed by Paul's size and power. Despite landing a few left hooks, Perry's lack of defensive discipline was glaring. His hands were often down and his footwork was sluggish, making him an easy target for Paul. Paul's massive frame, reportedly weighing around 230 lbs at the time, was a significant advantage over Perry, who weighed in under the limit while Paul had to cut to 200 lbs. Paul's jab alone was enough to rock Perry, demonstrating the power disparity between the two. Perry's attempts to defend himself were ineffective. His low guard and limited mobility left him exposed. Paul's punches were not only faster but also heavier, highlighting his physical superiority. The fight showcased Jake Paul's ability to dominate an opponent through sheer size and power rather than refined skill. Perry's resistance was minimal, and the match became a display of Paul's strength rather than a contest of technical boxing ability.
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, like gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. Opportunity has been ripped from all of us, but I do value Mike's health first and foremost. Love that guy, I have so much respect for him, and I want Mike to be healthy. And he says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time. So Mike is still talking shit over there. But Mike, if you want to do this, like you said, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, you've said you want to do this in Q4. You just need a little bit of time. So I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world. And I turn all my L's into W's. That's a motto I live by. And the universe makes no mistakes. So let's see what's in store. But sorry this didn't work out. To everyone, the fans, love you guys.
The announcement of Jake Paul's fight against Mike Tyson was a masterclass in dramatic irony. Paul, with the confidence of a man who had just discovered he was the best thing since sliced bread, announced his next opponent with an almost delusional level of self-assuredness. "I'm about to take on the baddest man on the planet," Paul declared, as if he were about to conquer a world of mythical beasts rather than face an aging but still formidable Tyson.
You spoke to Mike Tyson at all? Do you have any update you could offer us?
Yeah, no, he's doing good. He's back to training. He was concerned with me taking this fight. He's like, what is Jake thinking? This guy, Mike Perry's a killer. So he has some concerns, but Tyson, my message to you is don't worry. I'm going to put this guy to sleep. This is a Mike appetizer, and then you're next.
Tyson, on the other hand, took a more measured approach. "I've been training," he said, with the calm demeanor of a man who knew exactly what was coming. "It's not about the years, it's about the experience and the power I've still got in me." Tyson's response was a blend of humility and confidence, a stark contrast to Paul's over-the-top bravado.
Day 2, we getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As the fight date approached, both fighters released their training montages, each more telling than the last. Jake Paul's videos were a carnival of overexertion. Scenes of him lifting heavy weights, executing elaborate boxing drills, and shouting motivational mantras filled the screen. It was as if Paul believed that sheer effort could substitute for actual skill. Tyson's training videos, by contrast, were a lesson in simplicity and efficiency. The footage showed Tyson working with a speed bag, hitting pads with precision, and demonstrating that while he may have been older, his techniques were as sharp as ever. Tyson didn't need elaborate theatrics. His training spoke for itself, showcasing a powerful combination of technique and raw strength. The pre-fight buildup was a spectacle in its own right. Jake Paul, ever the self-promoter, took every opportunity to trash-talk Tyson. "Mike Tyson is past his prime," Paul proclaimed, as if the man who had once been the youngest heavyweight champion in history was now merely a footnote in boxing history. "I'm here to show everyone that I'm the future of this sport." Tyson's retorts were both hilarious and biting. "It's cute that Jake thinks he's the future," Tyson said with a smirk. But he's about to get a reality check. Tyson's responses were a mix of humor and humility. emphasizing his respect for the sport while making it clear that he wasn't going to be an easy opponent. When the night of the fight finally arrived, the atmosphere was electric. Fans from across the globe tuned in, eager to see if Paul's bravado could withstand the ferocity of a Tyson comeback. The anticipation was palpable, with every media outlet covering the event as if it were the most significant clash in boxing history. As the bell rang, Tyson's presence was immediately felt. He moved with a grace that belied his age, his punches landing with the kind of impact that made even the most optimistic Paul supporters question their choices. Tyson's style was a reminder of why he was once feared in the ring. Each punch was a testament to his enduring power and skill. Paul, in contrast, looked somewhat bewildered. For all his pre-fight bluster, his performance was a far cry from the spectacle he had promised. Tyson's punches were relentless, and it quickly became clear that Paul was outmatched. The fight unfolded as a dramatic display of Tyson's prowess versus Paul's overhyped expectations. Following the fight, Jake Paul's reaction was a spectacle unto itself. The once confident YouTuber was now a picture of frustration and disbelief. "Mike Tyson ruined my career," Paul exclaimed, as if Tyson's power was a personal affront rather than a well-deserved reality check. Paul's post-fight interviews were a mix of excuses and deflection. "I trained hard," he insisted, "but Tyson was just too powerful. It wasn't fair." His attempts to spin the loss into a narrative of unfairness only added to the comedic nature of the aftermath. Tyson, meanwhile, took the victory in stride. Sometimes he said with a chuckle, "You need to realize that you're not as invincible as you think." Tyson's response was both gracious and pointed, offering a lesson in humility to his younger opponent. In the wake of the fight, Tyson's legacy was reinforced by a slew of professional opinions. Boxing experts and former fighters praised Tyson's continued dominance. "Even now, Tyson's power is unmatched," one expert commented. "He's not just a relic of the past, he's a living testament to the fact that true greatness doesn't fade with age." Another boxing professional added, "Tyson's ability to deliver such force at his age is a marvel. It's a reminder that in boxing, experience and skill can often outmatch youthful exuberance." Jake Paul's fight against Mike Perry was an interesting prelude to his bout with Tyson. Paul's performance against Perry was characterized by his physical dominance. Perry, often described as a punching bag, struggled against Paul's size and power. Despite a few successful left hooks, Perry's inability to keep his hands up and his poor defensive skills made him an easy target. Paul's size advantage, reportedly weighing 230 lbs, was evident throughout the fight. His jabs and power punches rocked Perry, and even the first knockdown was more about Perry's balance than Paul's technical skill. The following knockdowns were a testament to Paul's superior strength and power. Perry's attempts to fight back were futile. Paul's size and speed made him a formidable opponent. Following this bout, Paul set his sights on Mike Tyson, declaring that he would knock out the boxing legend. Paul's confidence was palpable. "I'm going to be more powerful, faster, and have a better chin," Paul boasted. "Tyson is too old to keep up with me." Paul's predictions included a win against Tyson, and he also expressed interest in fighting Alex Pereira in the future. However, Paul's challenge to Pereira, a formidable UFC fighter, seemed unlikely given Pereira's skill and power. The clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will be remembered as one of the more bizarre intersections of social media fame in boxing history. Paul's journey from YouTube to the ring was marked by a series of dramatic and often sarcastic moments, culminating in a fight against a legend who proved that age is no match for skill and power. Tyson's performance was a powerful reminder of his legendary status. Despite the years, his prowess in the ring remains a force to be reckoned with. For Jake Paul, the fight served as a harsh lesson in the realities of boxing. His bravado was met with a dose of reality, and his post-fight reflections offered a mix of excuses and newfound humility. As fans and analysts reflect on the spectacle, one thing is clear in the world of boxing: the past and present collide in ways that are both entertaining and enlightening. Whether Jake Paul will ever reach the heights he aspires to remains uncertain, but his foray into the world of professional boxing will undoubtedly be remembered for its drama, its sarcasm, and its unexpected outcomes. Thanks for watching this breakdown of Jake Paul's journey through the world of boxing and his dramatic encounter with Mike Tyson. If you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to subscribe for more content on the unpredictable and entertaining world of combat sports. See you in the next video.